Hi, welcome to Beginner Ukulele Lesson 9. Today we're going to be learning more about single notes. We're going to learn some new single notes, and we're going to take a look at some lead sheets for some of the songs that we've worked on, the melody, and actually kind of pick apart the notes of the melody to help you read music should you come across some music you want to play. So first let's start by reviewing the notes that we've learned so far, the single notes. We've learned C, D, E, F, and G. C is, just to review, our open C string, which is the second string down from the top. C, and again, I think I've mentioned this before, it's really good to sing the pitch that you're trying to learn. If you're trying to learn a note, sing it, because it reinforces the sound and it helps you remember what it's supposed to sound like. C. Okay, so our open C string, that's middle C, below the staff. It's got its own little line. We talked about that. Okay, and then the next note is D. That's your second fret. D. Right. Second fret on that same C string. Next we have E. E. That's the first line of the treble staff, and that is the open E string, second up to the bottom. Next we have first fret F, F, that's on the E string, and then finally we learned G, which is the third fret on that E string. Okay, the new notes today are A, B, C, and D. So we're just going to keep climbing the staff, A, B, C, D. And then we're also going to learn a couple of sharps and flats. A sharp or a flat is also called an accidental, is a note that has a little funny symbol in front of it, and it's on some of the frets that we've skipped. If you notice when we learned F and G just now, I skipped over this fret, the second fret. It happens to be F sharp. If you are familiar with the piano keyboard at all, it's the black notes on the piano. Okay, so it's the notes that are in between the A's and the B's, in between the C's and the D's. We're going to learn some of those today too. Okay, so moving on from where we left off on G, third fret of the E string. Next one is open A, and that's just the lowest string on the uke. Okay, so that's your open A. It's the second space on the treble staff. The next note is, actually we're going to do B flat, since it's right here and it's very convenient. It was one of the first chords we learned was a C7, which is that first fret on the A string. That's a B flat, okay. And then if you go up one fret, that's the second fret on the A string, that's a B. Now when it's not a sharp or flat, we call it a natural, so that's a B natural, just a regular B, right? Okay. Now this is interesting. We don't have a B sharp, it's just C. You might see a B sharp notated, but know that that is just C. There's no, on the piano, there's no black key between B and C. So it just goes B, C. So if you were to go up every single note, A, B flat, B, C, okay. Next would be C sharp, and then D. So again, we've got, now if I were to just do the notes without the sharps or flats, it would be A, B, second fret, C, third fret, because there's no B sharp. If there is, it's just C. And then skip a fret and go to D, all the way up here. Now, you might use your pinky to do that, depending on the tune. A, B, C, D, okay. And notice they're all of the new notes today are all on the A string. Okay, very good. There's a couple of other sharps I'd like to show you. F sharp down here. Oh, and we already kind of did touch on that, didn't we? That was the second fret of the E string. F sharp, it's between F and G. Another good note to know is C sharp, which is down here. The first fret of the C string. Remember your C string is the second one down. C sharp. See the pictures I'm showing you, the sharp sign goes in front of the note that is to be sharped. All right, and same with a flat sign. Flat sign goes in front of the note. Okay. One more thing. You may be wondering about the difference between sharps and flats. Okay, flat is when we flat a note, we bring it down a half step, which is down 1 fret. Or for example, if you're on a B on the piano, down to a B flat, which is the note to the left. The black note to the left of B is a B flat. When we sharp a note, we bring it up. So for example, here's my C. C sharp is a fret higher. Okay, and then the flat, B, down to B flat. So flats go down and sharps go up. That's the difference. But a black key on the piano, for example, could have 2 names. It could be a sharp or a flat, depending on how you name it or what direction you're coming from. Okay, let's take a look at some examples. This is a When the Saints Go Marching In, and it's just the melody with some of the words, just the first part. And we did go over this in lesson 6, I believe, but we'll go over some of these notes again just to kind of review. Okay, what's nice about this melody is it really only uses those first 5 notes we learned, C, D, E, F, G. We've got C for O, and we've got our open E string, when, oh, when, and then the saints, right? F, G, and we went through that. That was kind of fun. Oh, go marching in. Same 4 notes, C, E, F, G. Oh, when the saints go. And then your open E for go. Marching in, and then in is D, and so on. Okay, let's move on to another example. Okay, so the next one we're going to look at is My Bonny. We played this song. It was kind of fun. Just take a look at the first few measures. So if you notice at the very beginning, there's a little sharp sign next to my treble staff. And that sharp sign is called a key signature. It tells us that all of the Fs in this song are automatically sharped. Okay, we'll talk a little bit more about key signatures in lesson 10, but just know that you will come across that when you're searching for sheet music online. Okay, so My Bonny starts on D. My Bonny lies. So it goes from that D we learned all the way up to B. Remember, B is our 2nd fret on the A string. Bonny, and then our open A. Lies, and then you've got G, 3rd fret of the E string. My Bonny lies over, A, G, right? E, D, and then the last note is a B, which we have not learned. That's 1 note below middle C. The ukulele actually does not go that low, so you can just play the B an octave higher, which is this B again here. Okay, we didn't talk about octaves, but there's only 7 notes or 7 letters in music. And how do you have so many notes? Well, it just repeats in different octaves. So there's middle C on the piano, then there's a C 8 notes higher, and so on. Okay, let's take a look at another example. Let me switch it. Okay, this is Red River Valley. Now, Red River Valley has 2 sharps in the key signature, if you see at the very beginning, both F sharp and C sharp. So we've got 2 sharps there. And so all the Fs and all the Cs are automatically sharped. We have F sharp is the 3rd note. The first note is A, again a note we haven't learned. It's A below middle C. If you can see, it's got 2 ledger lines, so it's just a little bit lower. Then we have D. We've done that one. There's our D, 2nd fret of the C string. Now we've got a new note, F sharp. F sharp. That was one of the ones we just mentioned a few minutes ago. That's the 2nd fret of the E string. From this valley they say, F sharp, E, D, you are leaving. So you've got, just naming those notes again, A, D, F sharp, E, D, E, D again. Then we go down to B, which is another note we haven't done. We just saw it in My Bonny. And then back to D again. Okay, so that's pretty much it for lesson 9. So watch it again and try playing some of the notes on your ukulele. The low A and the low B, don't worry about those two, or play them an octave higher. You can play your open A and your second fret B instead if you want. Try to get familiar with those notes, and once you've got those down, you've really got a lot of good note knowledge there if you should come across some sheet music. And then in lesson 10, we're going to get a little bit more into reading sheet music, and we're going to do another new song. Okay, take care, and we'll see you next time.